Yeah.
Work, 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 work. For me, I can work, 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 work. See me do me dirt, 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 dirt. Cause I'm made by that work, 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 work. Where you at?
Girlies, welcome back. And if this is your first time to my channel, welcome. Thanks guys for choosing me. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on post notifications so that you get all of my new videos. Today I actually wanted to show you guys this Novo OVO press-on toenail set, and if you want to purchase it yourself, you can grab any of the discounts that I do link or post inside of this video. Novo OVO gave me a 5% limited time coupon code for you guys to use, so just make sure you grab that. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to properly apply the press-ons. Today we're going to be using a 240 grit sanding band just to tickle off the shine and all of the dead skin that might be on her nail plate. So of course we're going to be doing this to all of her toes. Today I'm just going to show you guys my method and how I get the nails to last at least 2 weeks. However, for my clients, these press-on tips actually do last a month. This is just my technique. Not everybody is the same. So feel free to steal my tips, my methods. This is completely for you guys. All of my clients seem to not have any issues with the press-on nail tip so far. I have nothing but good reviews. The only thing I would say is it doesn't come in black tips or white, so that would be something where if you are doing a quick method, you would have to paint that part on. But for the most part, it comes in purple, pink, yellow, blue, green, and I believe orange. So it's actually a steal. Here I'm shaping up the toes, and I'm using my 80/80 grit file. This is also linked in my Amazon storefront for anybody that wants, you know, the exact method. I prefer 80/80 just because it is a little sharper, I feel. Not only that, I feel like whenever I use an 80/80 grit file, I'm bound to get sharp ends. I don't get any dull ridges, any like, you know, wannabe chop shop style shapes. I don't get any of that, so I actually just stick with the 80/80. Again, to each his own. Everybody's different. You do what works for you and your client. This is my A-Press Gel X system. I'm using the full system, full line. Again, if you wanted to do something else, just like a simple glue underneath the nail tips, you can, or just like a solid builder gel or soft builder gel, you guys can go ahead and do that. But for me, I actually prefer Gel X. I just feel like it gives me the closest feel to acrylic when using the Novo OVO press-on nails. Below, I did attach what step I'm on just for you guys to follow along. However, all of the products will be linked below in the description box if you guys want to take a peek later on. Of course, grab any of the sales that I did mention or the codes that I did mention inside of the video. It's for you to grab, as well as you can use it over and over again. So why not get some free stuff, guys, you know, versus paying so much money, having to pay full price and there's discounts for you, you know? Yeah, let's not go backwards, guys. Let's go forward. Use the discount codes because it'll save you a lot of money later on down the line. These brands are giving literally 50% off, 20% off, 30%. Why not grab them while you can? If you guys do have any questions or anything you would like me to further elaborate on, please make sure to do so in the comments. I will get back to everybody. Make sure I check in, especially with my learners. I know exactly how it can be wanting to do the processes and the steps 100% accurately the first time to get that, you know, that retention. As well as, if you guys want, I do have my Boss Girl cheat sheet up, and that's to tell you guys how to build and structure your business, as well as what to buy, what not to buy, what to expect when it comes to owning a business and running one, and then how you can become profitable in the future to banks, how you can get funding for your business. You guys should also check that out. That's linked in my bio in my Instagram panel through my link tree if you guys want to check that out as well. These are all things to help you guys. If you want to grab them, you know, why not? But yeah, this is a nail community, guys. If you want to be plugged in or, you know, learn from people that have done it before you, why not? It'll skip a couple of steps so that you won't find yourself in that down period that most businesses find themselves in early on in the first year or two. But of course, we summed it up for you. It's completely up to you to invest into your business, invest into your career. This is a nail community that's constantly growing. If it's not going to be today, maybe it'll be later down the line. But yeah, you guys just follow along. Let me know if you need any help. Sizing her, and honestly, the first time I worked with these press-ons, I did notice that you have to have kind of a wider toenail in order to use these. It's not a bad thing, but I find girls with the more narrow toenails might have a little bit more of an issue or might have to file just a little bit more. Of course, this is just my honest review. The Novo OVO tips are very easy to work with. It's just better when you do have more of a toenail versus a narrower toenail, one that peaks kind of upward. It's more for the flat girlies that have a wider nail bed. I know some might be wondering, is there enough colors for me to even do a couple of different designs? Yes, there is literally 4 of each color in each size, so there's more than enough for you to wear each color at least 2 different times. And then not to mention, they're actually reusable, but that just depends on you and, you know, how they come off, if you soak them off. These are also able to be soaked off in acetone. You would do it the same exact way you would do any other gel set. You would literally just take off the shine from the nail and then you would soak them off. They literally come off easier than acrylic. It's honestly like a safe haven, guys. Like, I feel like a lot of us should be doing this, at least for our toes, because it saves you from putting that acrylic on your toes. If that person isn't specialized, you could be honestly proning yourself to more issues later on when it comes to your toes by using acrylic by someone that isn't 100% fluent in acrylic. Here would be the most important part, I feel, to keeping that retention. It's just similar to sealing the nail. You want to get all of that excess gel that's underneath the press-on and around the press-on off, because if for any reason that decides to start peeling, not only will it affect the look of your toes, but it will come off with, you know, whenever it does decide to come off. So you want to make sure you're getting into those corners. This part also is very important for those that might have a more narrower toe and needs to file it down a little bit just so that the tip isn't hanging off. For her, this model though, her nails fit perfectly, so I didn't have that issue. I didn't really have to tame them too much. However, you guys will see me go around the cuticle, underneath the cuticle, and just file her up. But for those that have a more narrow toe, you will have to do just a little bit more filing. Guys, how to get up underneath the press on, because I like mine to be a seamless cut crease, moon cut crease. I don't really like the buildup of product underneath toes. I feel like, you know, people stare at that. My man stares at that. We definitely have to get that off. So that's just me. Everybody else might do it a little bit differently or straighter. It's completely up to you how you want to do it, but for retention purposes, please do get underneath the toenails just so that they'll last a lot longer. You guys, you have to get this cuticle bit from Savvyland, okay? You have to. This will literally eat up half of the time of filing. Way better than a sand bit, way better than the thicker cuticle bits. This one gets in the nits, gritty little creases. It doesn't miss a peep, okay? Even underneath, it'll literally allow you to get into like the nooks and crannies that'll normally hurt your client if you try to get into those corners with the bigger drill bit. So I would definitely definitely advise you guys to take a hold of the 20%, get your own drill bit. It's not expensive at all. Invest into your craft. This will literally have your nails looking way more seamless. Is going for a black on black matching set, so I actually am going to be covering up that red with the Nitro black gel polish. It's literally coated enough to where I wouldn't see the red underneath. Of course, I would still do a second coat of this, but it's completely up to you if you want to. The Nitro gel is so pigmented that you really don't have to, but I'm going to be doing that to all of her toes and then start on her nails. And basically it's just going to be a matching set. You guys, I did miss out on some of the footage, so when it gets to that part you'll see, but I did miss out on some of the footage. I'm so sorry. I wasn't able to record the abstract lines nor the flowers that I put on this nail set. However, I did include the blinged out nail and I did include the airbrush. The only thing is I didn't include the white liner gel. And I'm so sorry guys, because I was supposed to show you guys how to do it on the nails and on the toes using the dot tool method. However, I got you guys next time on a tutorial on the flowers. As of now, it's just morally about the Novo OVO press-on nails, how to get them on, and then pairing them with a very cute long set. For her nails, I am going to be using 3XL tapered square nail tips that I found on Amazon, also linked in my Amazon storefront. It will be linked below for you guys to grab them. And honestly, these ones don't really need much shaping done to them. They kind of already have that square defined look, so that's kind of why I go more towards tapered nail tips, especially depending on the client though. But for the most part, we're using tapered nail tips, okay? And then her nails is going to be 2XL, well 1XL close to 2XL, so that's why I'm using such a long nail tip. Normally if it's going to be like a medium set, long set, I'll just use natural long tips or preferable medium tips. Stress this enough. Please tickle away the shine from that rigid end. It will literally help you guys later on, not only with application but with retention. Tickle that shine off, okay? Don't skip this part. I know a lot of people like to skip this part, but don't, okay? That ridge is very important because where that nail tip meets the nail, there's glue in between there, and you want that glue to come off. You don't want that glue to still be underneath the acrylic because that'll prone you to having lifting later on. Speed through through this part just a little bit only because it wasn't the importance of the video. If you guys want to see me do a 3-bead method, I will be uploading more videos this weekend, Thursday and Friday, as well as Sunday. You guys can always tune in to get some more tutorials done. Here I'm just going to be using a quick 3-bead method, and then wherever obviously I see a dent, I'm going to fill in. So you guys can go ahead and still, you know, any tips that you see, but I will be passing through here pretty quickly. If you guys have any questions, of course, just mention it in the comments and I'll be sure to answer your questions. Make sure you guys are sealing the nail, okay? This is super important. Make sure you're sealing your client's nail, okay? It'll literally give you the same seamless look that we're talking about, but it'll also make their nails last maybe even months. But of course, we only want one, but still, the point is we want them to have a choice on whether or not they want to keep their nails. That is the moral point. sure that you guys are having the client's nails face you backwards so that you'll be able to see what the client sees. Okay, this is very important too. All I'm doing is going in with my sanding band and cleaning it up. So guys, for Frenchies, honestly, I don't use a mapping. I kind of just eyeball it based off of the client's size of their finger and then about how long the nail is as well as where I want my French to end. So kind of depends on that, the inspo they give me, and then the dimensions of their nail, to be honest. So I kind of eyeball it. Not everybody is able to do that. However, I will also make a video on how to get your French to a point where you really don't have to use a mapping. Of course, you guys can tune in on Thursdays and Fridays. I will be having small teachings for things like that. And then, of course, I will also be publishing a retention course that you guys can grab if your struggle is retention. That is something that I specialize in, and I don't mind helping you guys have that 1 month retention for your nail clients. You know, everybody deserves to have their beautiful nails on, artwork on for at least a month, maybe 4 weeks, you know. It depends on the client, depends on their nails, depends on their health. Are applying coats to nails, you want to make sure that you're doing just a thin layer. You don't need too much because you don't want the nails to wrinkle. So you kind of just want to use the excess that's left over on the brush to do that second coat, because for black, especially pigmented colors, for Nitro, Valentino, and I believe also D&D, they have very pigmented polishes. I feel as though you only really need one coat, maybe a light second coat. Stop it. I know you guys are like, why is she applying it like that, okay? I like my layers to be very thick when it comes to any diamond design, charm design. I do not play by my clients' charms at all. And I definitely don't like to have them come back saying that something fell off, popped off. So I rather just do it right the first time. So I am a heavy user when it comes to marker glue, okay? So if you guys want to take any tips, you can. I like to apply mine directly onto the sticky polish because I just feel like you have a better chances of it sticking to the glue as well. And then when it's time to top coat, it'll seal in those diamonds in the middle as well as the tip, and giving you a longer lasting, you know, blinged out French nail. So that's just my opinion. Everybody's different. It just depends. It's up to you. is where we basically wrap up the video. I'm so sorry that I didn't catch any more footage, but let me know how you guys feel about this set. If you guys want more of a detailed description when it comes to designs, of course, or if you guys just want pointers when it comes to nail art, I can definitely do that. I'm going to be replying to everybody. Everything is going to be linked. Please don't forget to subscribe, like my video, share it, do whatever you have to become that nail girly that you want to become. It's a nail community, it's a love thing, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.
Try me, I deserve it. Let that be lurking.
Yeah.
You make a like, now you don't like it.